All right, so as you can tell by the thumbnail, yesterday I went and bought all kinds of Facebook Marketplace deals. I bought this four-wheeler, I bought this trailer, and I filled it up with some dirt bikes. So let's jump into it and see what all I bought. This is, I think, a 2020 CF Moto 400. The dude said the engine's blown up. He said he put a new clutch on it, new starter, new battery. And if you look here, I didn't notice it until after I bought it. That piece right there is broken. Should look like those other two. So I don't know if that's gonna affect anything or not. I don't even know how much a new clutch for this thing is. It turns over. I haven't really messed with it too much. She says it sounds like it's got a rod knock or something, but when you turn it over, it doesn't sound that bad. I got all the plastics in here and everything, and you can get a full engine rebuild kit for this for 600 bucks. Now, the best part is I only paid $350, and they had the certificate of origin, which / title. So I wasn't even expecting that. Now, it does need tires, and it is rough at first glance, but the plastics are all there. They do look a little faded, but I think once you get them cleaned up and put it all back together, I think it actually is gonna look good. So you can see right there, it's made in 2019, 6/27/19. That's the CF Moto. Originally, I was just gonna buy the CF Moto, right? That's what I originally went for, and that was like an hour and a half away. But previously, last week, I was messaging this dude about some trailers because like 8 months ago, my enclosed trailer got stolen and they're just sky high. So I was an hour away from this dude with the trailer, and I bought this one for $31.50. It's a 6x12 enclosed trailer. Pretty nice. It's got the polycore siding, and I bought this just for me. But the dude was like, hey, you could probably take this thing back to Florida and sell it and flip it and make 500 bucks. So I'm gonna see if I can sell this thing for $36.50, and I'll make $500, which will pay for almost, I guess it would pay for this one. So, so as you can see here, I got a bunch of dirt bikes here, 3 to be exact, I guess, so that's not a whole bunch. But I'm gonna get them out, and we're gonna go over them and see if we can get any of them to run, which I guess that one's not gonna run. You want to see all the four-wheelers or dirt bikes I bought? Yeah. Look at them. Look, so I bought that four-wheeler, and then I bought these right here. Isn't that cool? Isn't that crazy? Look at so many. It does smell good. New trailer smells good, huh? All right, we'll go in and play Barbie. I'm gonna unload these real quick and do my video. All right, so my last trailer was a 6x14 plus the 2-foot Vinos, and this one 6x12. And of course mine was a single axle as well, so it was kind of like a custom, unicorn spec, and having that extra 2 feet is nice. So this is 6x12, and this one's silver. I really wanted a white to match my truck, but anywho, so that's why I'm thinking about maybe even selling it for a flip. All right, this is a Suzuki DS80. Oh God, there's a freaking spider. Let's get his ass. Die. Now this is a Honda, like an 04 CRF 250R. Obviously there's no engine in it, and I don't even think, I got all the parts, but I don't even think I'm gonna fix it. I think I'm just gonna part it out. This is a CRF 70. This one, I think I already got someone lined up to buy this thing once I get it running. I paid $300 for this one. Oh, what's wrong with this damn kickstand? There it goes. All right, so this is a Suzuki DS80. Now, I've never had one of these. I've had a JR80 when I was a kid, and the JR80 is like the updated like trail motocross version. Let's see what year this thing is. 86 maybe? I mean, typically it's like the 10th digit, but 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 10. W, so whatever W means. Sure, this is an 80s, late 80s model, probably like an 87 or something. No, what do we got here? Manufactured by Suzuki. So anyways, this thing's 2-stroke. It looks like it's leaking some oil. I know nothing about this thing other than I bought it for $99 I bought it for the same dude I bought the CRF70 from, and that's what I went to go see him for. And when I got there, he had this, and I was like, dude, you want to sell it? I'll sell it to you, or I'll buy it for like $100. And he's like, nah, 150. I was like, dude, I don't even want it, but I'm just gonna buy it because I'm here. Now, this is what I'm seeing now. The kickstart shaft is broke, and there's no kickstart. But I'm pretty sure if these engines are running, these things bring like $500. But all the plastics are here, seats there. Hell, I think it's kind of cute. It's got a clutch, it's a 5-speed, I'm pretty sure. So maybe we can clean the carburetor. It looks like, let's see. Yeah, Mikuni carburetor, stock Mikuni carburetor. So if we can get this thing, this carburetor cleaned and just try and bump start this thing, dude, see if we can get a kickstart shaft. That's a, that's a sweet little machine, dude. And it's 2-stroke. It's got the headlight. Oh man. I freaking, see, this is my problem. I freaking find machines and then I like their little quirks. There are little hoopty quirks about them, that makes them cool. And then I don't want to sell them. But hey, no broken levers. Throttle works. Brakes don't work probably. Clutch cable works. So we'll get into that a little bit when we roll inside. This is a CRF70. He originally had it posted for 400 bucks. I don't know. He said, oh, it ran, it runs. I don't know. I don't know what the deal is with it. But a friend of mine had messaged me the other day wanting, a starter bike for his stepson, for his son or whatever. And I have my XR70, but he's kind of one of those guys that he's really all about the optics. And the XR70 is kind of ugly. So it's a 06, pretty new. I don't know, he said it ran, but I don't know. He said he bought it, freaking, he's a trucker or something. He bought it, ran it, and then never screwed with it. So sure, we can just, I don't know, let's see if it's got compression. And it didn't have much. Yeah, it doesn't have much compression, but these things, you don't really have to have a whole bunch. So it might run. We might even just be able to unstick the rings if they're stuck. Now this is an 04 Honda CRF 450, or no, 250, CRF 250. And I bought this thing for $500. Now the engine's blown up, and she was originally asking $850. So I got there, I checked it out, I offered her $400. She said, well, we have someone that's gonna do $600, and all we gotta do is call them. I'm like, yeah, but I'm here, how about $500? And then she still was, beating around the bush. She called her husband, and she's like, all right, you can have her for $500. So this thing's got Tusk wheels, front and rear. So I've looked on eBay. I think I can sell those for probably 400 plus shipping, 500 shipped. So that's my money back right there. Plus I got the head, the carburetor. I got ASV levers. These are worth money. This thing will part out really good. I think I'm gonna make way more money by parting it out versus trying to fix it. And I'll tell you, marketplace people have really driven me to drink, and I'm tired of dealing with those assholes. I might even just try and pick up more blown up machines and part them out, because you get good money on eBay, because there's other people out there like me and you that are watching videos like these and want to fix their machines, and you got to get parts. They don't exactly make parts for every model anymore, and and if they do still make it, they're expensive. So I got everything in here. And like this big gun exhaust, even though it's used and the mount needs to be new bolts in it, that's probably worth 200 bucks. 100 bucks for the seat. I think the heads go between 250 and 500. So like, dude, I have to sell 1 or 2 parts off this thing, and I'm gonna make my money back. I think I paid 500. So I paid 500 for the machine, and I think I'm gonna make at least 1,500. At least sell $2,000 worth of parts. I might even sell $2,500 worth of parts. So let me get all these things inside in the shop, and we'll start digging into them and see if we can get something started. All right, I got both small dirt bikes in and the four-wheeler inside the garage. It is hotter than Hades out. Now, look at the sprocket on this thing. This thing is got no teeth on it, Then it looks like there's teeth missing on the front sprocket. We are missing the chain completely, but you know, the plastics on this thing aren't that bad. You know, they're black. I think they're not even ever, I don't think they were ever, you know, shiny. But I think if we get like a graphics kit, like a cheap $30, $40 graphics kit, it'll make this machine look really good. Now, it does have a key right here. I already made sure that was on. And we should be able to see if this thing runs by just squirting some brake cleaner in the air filter. Now, I have to get a wrench and a screwdriver, but I think if we just squirt some in this hole right here, should be able to see if it's going to fire up. Looks like the spark plug is on. So I gotta find, where's my other tripod? Here it is. This thing does seem to have low compression, so who knows what's gonna happen here. Let's see. Yeah, it ain't looking promising. Yep, that'll do it. I'm not even gonna do a compression test because, oh, I guess why not? Let's do a compression test real quick. Let's see what happens here. I suspect we're not gonna have much compression. Oh, 30 PSI. I hear the, get away from me, mosquito. Damn. All right. Hear the sparkulator sparking. Yeah, so we only got 30 PSI. Now we can check the valves, but I suspect it's probably the top end, which if you remember in the XR70 video, hell, we got a whole entire top end for 50 bucks from Amazon. Next day shipping, so, and it still runs. So that might be the option here. I just pulled this cap off. Now, things are actually looking a little promising. This valve tappet should have some play in it. When I say play, it should have like a little bit of clearance. So you can see it's going down. Now it's back up now. Now it's not at top dead center or anything, but there's no play in there. So that valve could be sticking open and not allowing us to have any compression. Let's see what's going on with the exhaust. Now the exhaust does have some play in it. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna loosen this up. I think on these it's a 9mm, it's a stupid size, and back off this little set screw right there. And I'm not even gonna adjust it to a certain spec, just get a little bit of valve lash, see if our compression jumps up. Let's see, is it a 9? Yeah, it's a 9. Stupid ass bull crap. All right, so I just loosened the jam nut. Yeah, I gotta get some pliers. Pretty sure they make a little tool for this little square drive on top. Probably should buy one, it'd be pretty nice, make everything easier. It's always easier having the right tools, right? This is being a pain in my ass right now. You hear the play? All right, we're gonna tighten that up. And we're gonna see if our compression test goes up now. Throttle open, I'm just gonna leave it at the, well, we'll reset it. All right, throttle open. $50, $55? That's more. I wonder what happens if we, I mean, that's not a lot still. I wonder what happens if we throw some oil down the cylinder. I don't even have any WD-40 or anything. Well, the only thing I got is chain lube, so we're gonna throw that down the cylinder and see what happens. Let's see, after some chain lube, some proper stuff. No, still about 55. Put the spark plug back in. Nothing's probably gonna happen, but just for fun, Let's see if it starts. If this thing cranks up, probably won't. I'm gonna spray some more brake cleaner in there, in the intake here. Let's see what we get. Where's Steve? There you are. Oh my gosh! It ran! Definitely feels like we got more compression now. Let's see what happens if I spray more in the intake here. Let's see. All right, am I going crazy or did it actually start up the first time? Wonder if we put too much in, flooding it out. Look, it just started. So I think we need to pull the carburetor apart and clean it. But I just heard the UPS man, which means parts are here, so I have to go tend to that. I got the carburetor off and we're gonna see. I'm sure it's, you know, dirty. I'm sure it's all plugged up, but who knows? I don't think this thing's ever been apart because it has the OEM fuel line on it and everything. Oh yeah, there's a bunch of junk in there. The needle's moving. Let's see about the main jet and the pilot jet here. This one's the pilot jet. This one controls your idle to your quarter open throttle. The main jet is 3/4 to wide open throttle, and then the needle on the slide is kind of in between. Wow, that pilot is not clogged. You can see right there, right through it. We are going to put this in the ultrasonic cleaner regardless here. Now you don't have to have an ultrasonic cleaner, but I do, and it makes it easier. Oh yeah, that's wide open too. You can see right through there. So I probably could have just put gas in this thing and it would have ran. So we're gonna throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner, let it rock and roll, basically just get all the shit out of the bowl and on the outside of the carburetor here, and we're gonna throw it back together. Damn, I need to clean that out. It's nasty. All right, we're gonna let that run. Look at the outside of this carburetor. It's not perfect, but it's good enough. So I did want to mention, since even though I did ultrasonic clean this, I was blowing on the fuel inlet right here, and this needle was barely flowing at all, or this needle seat. So now it's flowing. I don't know if there was just junk in there from the ultrasonic cleaner or if it was already clogged. But anyways, it took me a while to get it out. You can see all this black stuff in here. That was clogged. And you can see this goes down and then it shoots over 90 right here. This is where it comes out, and then there's a plug deep in here. But that is what the hell was freaking clogged right here. So just want to make sure I showed that, because the ultrasonic cleaner gets a lot of it, and sometimes, you know, it doesn't get all of it, and that's why it's always good to double check. Like I even went ahead and made sure I put the wires through all the jets and made sure they're 100% clean. Carburetor back on. Got enough gas in here to see if it'll run. So let's see what happens here. It'd be pretty cool if it starts and runs fine. Look at that. Super lucky. Idle's obviously a little high. Probably should check the oil at this point. Oh yeah, there's some oil in it. Oh, there's a damn bug. All right, we got lucky. Now this thing does need some work still, but the engine's good, and the engine doesn't really need any work, so that's a good sign. I spoke too soon. This damn fuel line broke on me. So in the carburetor gasket, the mole gasket is leaking. I was looking at it, and when I was putting it back together, I was like, should we put a little sealer on there? And then I didn't, so here we are. So that's running. All right, I just adjusted the idle. You can see we still got fuel leaking. This thing runs perfectly. I guess the throttle sticks a little bit there. The grip. No smoke. So I'm gonna just, so I got on Amazon. Come on now. So I've got on Amazon and everything is $215, and that's including a new petcock and carburetor, which our carburetor's good. The bowl gasket's leaking a little bit, so I think I'm just gonna put some sealant on the bowl gasket and put the new petcock on. And I'll keep this carburetor for the shelf, some grips, brand new tires and tubes, only 80 bucks, that's crazy. And then front brake cable, kind of expensive, 20 bucks. Figure we'll go ahead and spend $60 on a graphics kit. It'll make these plastics look way better. $15 for brake pads, or brake shoes rather. So we're gonna be 200 bucks into it. I bought it for 300, so that means we're all in for 500. Hopefully I can clean it up, maybe spray paint the wheels black. And I think we can get 1,000 bucks for this thing, so double my money. Pretty easy flip. All right, so the next machine in question is this Suzuki DS80. Now, I hope I didn't, this is broken. I hope I didn't do that. I don't think I did. Doesn't look like that clean of a brake, because it was laying down in the trailer. Now this thing is leaking oil like crazy. Everywhere I park it, it leaks oil. So it looks like this cover is loose. Looks like the carburetor's not even really on there. What else? Looks like the petcock's broken off. What else we got here? The Kickstarter shaft is broken. Now this must be a common issue because, look at that. China, the Chinese have made a kickstart shaft and a Kickstarter. Apparently we can get one, we can fix that for like 50 bucks. But I want to see if we can get it to run first or get it to start. Signs of life, something. So I think what we're gonna do, and dude, this thing's pretty cool. I mean, it's kind of ugly. If we can get all this mildew off, which I think we will, this thing's probably gonna clean up really good. I'm thinking we're gonna have to see, you know, I think we're gonna have to like bump start it to try and start this stupid thing. So I don't know why I can't find any of my good Phillips head screwdrivers. This one sucks. Here we go. Here's a decent one. Oh wait, is this one? There's one right there. I think this machine's freaking cool, man. The headlight and the tail light. Hell, y'all better watch out. I might make this thing street legal. All right, let's see if we can get this. Oh yeah, this is all loosey-goosey right here. Come on, baby. Come on, baby. Huh. Gasket. Magneto looks pretty good. Shifter. Needs probably a new shifter. Where is this thing leaking oil from? It's hard to tell, man. That thing's got a tiny, oh my gosh, that sprocket. Oh, it's missing teeth. It's missing all the teeth. That is crazy. We're definitely not bump starting this damn thing. Maybe we can do it off the flywheel here. Get it with a drill, try and turn it over. Since our carburetor is already pretty much off, we're gonna just throw some brake cleaner right through this little hole right there. I got a socket on my drill. We're gonna see if this thing pops off. I don't see a key. I just see the push button kill switch up here on top. It should be ready to rock and roll. Let's see. I think he said it ran. Let's see what happens here. Oh, come on. Well, I wonder if we got a spark. I guess we should do spark and compression, right? I don't even know if this thing's got reeds. It's only got a little bit of compression. Wonder how much the top end is for this thing. Uh-oh, the spark plug was loose. So let's just see if we have spark, I guess. Let's see. Oh yeah, we got spark. Plenty of spark, lots of spark. All right, compression test. So I have the intake boot off, or the carburetor off rather. So we shouldn't have to worry about holding the throttle open. I have the compression tester here in our Milwaukee Speed starter. Yeah, only 45, 48. Now I wonder if we throw some chain lube down it, if it jumps up. Throw some down the intake. Hopefully that'll lube the bottom end. And I guess the cylinder. Let's go from the top too, even though this was extremely difficult to get in. The compression tester it is. All right, we'll turn it over slowly. You can hear the engine. Honestly, this thing probably just has a stuck ring. Could be wrong though. They don't make an aftermarket cylinder for this thing. You can get pistons for them. I didn't really look too hard and see if like you can get overbore pistons. Assume you can. So I don't know. This thing, I got $100 in it. I can sell the muffler for 100 and this head pipe for 100. I think each wheel for 100. So that's $400 right there. And then I could probably sell the engine for 200 not running. So that's 600. I mean, I don't know. I hate to be a freaking parter router guy, but I guess that's also what I'm gonna be doing with that Sierra 250, I guess, right? All right, here we go. Let's see what happens. Nope, nothing. Guess we can take the tank off and then take off the head, see what's going on there, and see if like the cylinder's scored. If the cylinder's not scored, I think it's worth putting a $100 piston in this thing. Spend $100 on a piston, new sprocket. It looks like this is a newer chain out of all things. Maybe they put new chain sprockets and it was just a shitty, you know, Chinese sprocket. So if we can get a new piston, new chain, new Kickstarter, and be in it for like $200 and I'm in it for 300. I guess then I have to put tires on it still. Damn, it looks like partying it out makes more money. But this thing's so cool. I love this thing. Which I guess, yeah, I guess we do have to take the head off to, or the pipe off to get to the head. Yeah, that ain't gonna work. We need a 10mm wrench, that is. All right, looks like we have some 12mm that we can undo here. See the head, see into the cylinder rather. I need an extension. Why is this socket not going on? And where did that wire come from? This random wire. All right. Let's see what's going on underneath this head. See if this thing's a goner or it's worth fixing. Okay, all right. Oh, there went the nut. Oh yeah, the cylinder is in great shape, I believe. That means most likely we just have a stuck piston ring. Is there even a gasket on here? I don't even know if they got a freaking gasket on the head, bro. Oh yeah, there's the head gasket. So then I think what the problem is I think our ring is stuck. So maybe we pull the piston off, out, and soak it in the ultrasonic cleaner, get that thing freed up, see if we can get it freed up. Maybe we don't even need to do that. Maybe we just need to freaking take it out and work it, work it back and forth. I got these two little base cylinder nuts off, and let's take this cylinder off. I didn't see any other bolts, so I think maybe we need to get a pry bar. I vacuumed it off. I cleaned it up as good as I could without getting too carried away. Oh, I think I heard it come loose there. Yeah, I see it coming loose. Gotta be very careful with it. This is old metal and they don't make it anymore. All right, here it comes. Oh man, that looks so good in there. Why is the cylinder not coming out? Well, there are reeds in there. The reeds could have been causing an issue because our rings seem to be fine. Okay, so the cylinder, it's hard to tell because there's a bunch of junk in here from just pulling it apart. The cylinder's in really good shape. No scoring really. But I'm gonna go ahead and throw this in the ultrasonic cleaner, clean it up, see if we can get it, looking better. This is the reed cage. I went ahead and pulled the reed off, which the reeds are actually in the crankcase, so kind of interesting. Here's the piston. Doesn't look terrible. Definitely see worse. Some vertical scratches. I mean, that's totally normal. I don't know what the deal was. Maybe it needs rings. I guess when the cylinder gets out of the ultrasonic cleaner, we can check the ring gap. I mean, it does kind of look like a big ring gap, but what do I know? This is the head, and it's really dirty, obviously. We can go rinse it off with a sink, and then once the other parts get out of the ultrasonic cleaner, I'm gonna throw this in. And I have this servicing stone right here. This just came in today for the 400EX, or I guess really for the shop, right? But then we'll put this on the standing stone, which is perfectly flat, and we'll sand this head flat. Same with the cylinder. Make sure our gasket seats well. Okay, so this is my new surfacing stone from Amazon. So if you're doing stuff like this, you got a bad head gasket, you can do this. You can buy this. It's like $50 plus 25 shipping or something like that. This is just a piece of 1000 grit sandpaper. It's what I got. I ordered everything, and this was supposed to be later. That's besides the point. So basically, this is a perfectly flat stone. So we can put this here as our backing plate, and then we can run our cylinder across this, and we can make sure we have a perfectly flat head gasket surface. Now you do want to make sure you clean this up really good. I already cleaned this because you don't want any like little pieces of trash or dirt getting in there, screwing everything up. So you really should probably spray some adhesive glue on this to glue it to the stone, but I'm feeling froggy. So I wonder if we should be able to see any high spots or low spots pretty clearly, if there are any. And you want to make sure you just kind of make sure it stays flat on there. Nothing crazy at the moment, but I mean 1000 grit's really fine. So okay, so here's our head. You can see here this thing has blown up before. It's all pitted right here, which is interesting because it must have blown up a long time ago when they still made parts for these things pretty reasonably. You can see right here is a little bit of jagged edge. I really need to go get some more coarse sandpaper, but we're gonna run it across here right now and see what it does. See if we can see any high spots and low spots. I mean, it looks pretty flat. It looks like this right here I mean, this right here is all fresh. It looks like this over here might be a little low. So anyways, we need, this is 1,000 grit. We need probably 600. We need to make some more progress. Okay, so the right way is to pull the ring off, but I don't want to risk breaking the ring. But that's a pretty big gap. It should be like really tight. It should be like 10 thousandths on the ring. Now I did get the top ring off. I haven't even measured it, but you can see the gap right here. It's pretty big. Now you can get a set of rings for this thing for $30. I think you can get a whole piston kit for $90 with the rings, and then you have to get the bearing for another 10, so like $100 plus gaskets. And I might do that, but I want to see if we can get this thing to run the way it is with these rings. I think they're wore out, but we're gonna see if we can get more than, what was it, 45 PSI? Trying to reuse this base gasket. It did rip, but I'm gonna put a little bit of sealant at the where it ripped. And I should have checked this. This rod has just the ever so slightest up and down play. But you can see I put some oil down on the rod there, and I put some oil on the wrist pin. So I'm gonna put this thing back together off camera so I can concentrate and get it done. And then we're gonna see what kind of compression we have, see if we can get this thing to fire up. All right, so the damn phone died, but since we're reusing the head gasket, I sprayed, oh God, we gotta run. Use this stuff right here. I don't know, it's supposed to help, but I guess that run ain't helping either, huh? So anyways, I'm still putting it back together. Okay, top end's on. Now is the moment of truth. Also, I want to make sure I was turning this the right way. The engine, yeah, that's going forward. I mean, counterclockwise is usually how they spin. So anyways, here is our compression gauge. Well, let's see what happens here. Nope. Damn. It's less than it was before. What is wrong with this thing? What is wrong? That's crazy. How is it less? Interesting. So, all right, so we need at least $100 worth of parts. Actually, more than that. We need like $150 worth of parts just to see if this thing even runs. We need the kickstart gear. That's like 50, 60 bucks. And then we need $100 for new rings, new piston, and gasket set. All right, so let me know down in the comments if you want to see this thing back up and running. It's the same size as the CRF70. It's 2-stroke, 80 cc's. And it's not like an RM80, but hey, it's faster than a CRF70. So, and this has got a headlight and a taillight. So let me know down in the comments what I should do. I got the C-Force? Yeah, I got C-Force 400. I got on the battery charger here, and it ain't sound too hot. Let's see if we can put some go-go juice in the intake here. All right, let's see what happens. You know, I don't even know if he's got the spark plug hooked up. It doesn't sound like anything's happening. Now, we'll say I was turning it over. Yeah, the spark plug's on. Spark plug is, I wonder if it's sparkulating. This has probably got a daggone decompression mechanism. This thing's not too terrible. I wonder, let's see. Yeah, that's tight. I guess let's take the air box lid off and see what's going on in the air box. One thing else I'm noticing is fuel pump's not coming on, but I got the air filter out. Nothing too crazy. It was hard to get off. So let's see what happens when we do this. Oh, hold on, we gotta put the sparkulator back on. Let's see. Well, we were getting spark because I saw it and I heard it. I mean, I guess the spark plug could be bad still, right? We had that with the, whatever it's called, the King Quad Runner 400, 500. All right. All right, let's see, fuel pump relay. He did tell me he replaced one of these relays, but hey, who knows? Oh, I heard the fuel pump that time. Did you hear it? Is the key on? Yeah, key's on. Key's off. Oh, I heard it again. The key's off. Okay, I think I hear it when it's cranking over. Yeah, it's turning on when it's cranking over. Hear it? Huh, I don't think we have compression. It's turning over pretty fast. Honestly, it's pretty late in the day at this point. I'm gonna have to deal with it tomorrow, I think. So, I'm gonna order parts for this, and then I don't know if I should what I should do with this thing. Maybe I'll just order rings, 30 bucks. We don't need the piston. No gaskets. We'll just keep rocking and rolling our gaskets and see if our piston rings fix everything. All right, so here is our gauge. We're gonna go fully wide open. Yeah, we got a whopping 30 PSI. So, not looking good on the $350 CF Moto here. But, I think I saw a whole kit, new cylinder, crank, and everything for 600 bucks. Now, this is a machine you probably could part out, but you're going to sit on the parts forever. So, I think it's probably, I paid $350 for it. And I have the certificate of origin, right? And so if I'm $350 in it, I buy a $650 kit. I mean, I'm in it for $1,000. Maybe I got to put $250 tires on it. I don't know. It's probably not the best flip ever, but maybe I ride it for a while and then sell it and make money. Ride it and make money. So, looks like we got a handful of connections here to get rid of, and we need to get this tank off so we can get to the engine. That one was loose. Oh yeah, that one was loose. Homie has already been into it, which is, that's fine. Probably to be suspected, right? Let's see what happens when we turn it over here. Oh, that's usually where the start button is. But the start button's up here. Oh, it's pumping oil. Yeah, so it's pumping oil. Let's see. Now these intake valves are tight. Yeah, so these should be, this should be all the way loose. It should have some play in it right here. So let me go grab my little adjuster, guys. Let's see, our decompression mechanism is working, it looks like. It's retracting. Let's see if we can get some of this damn coolant out of the damn way here. I did pick up these fancy valve adjustment tools right here from Tusk, and I'll put them in the description. They're nothing super crazy. I think they're 20 bucks, but this makes everything so much easier. Oh yeah, I saw that valve jump up. I don't know if you saw that. Let's see here. Let's see if we can get this one loosened up. Let's see if we got a valve lash now. Why is this not coming off? Kind of hard to do one-handed here. All right, yeah, that's let's see if we have compression now with these valves loosened up. Still got the valve cover off. Let's see what happens with the compression. Oh! Come on, baby! All right, it's pumping oil everywhere. Oh, we got 120! Let's throw the valve cover back on real quick and then see if this thing starts. He did say it made all kinds of racket, so I don't know. Let's try it anyways. That was crazy. I was not expecting that to happen. I was expecting to find some catastrophic engine damage, which, hey, that still could be the case. All right, I don't know what's gonna happen here. I got the spark plug back in. Let's see. I hear that crank noise. I wonder if the timing's right. You know, obviously, I smell the gas. Let's just put a little go-go juice in there. Let's see what happens. Why is the engine making crazy squealing noises? Yeah, that doesn't sound good. That definitely sounds crank related. It stinks. I think we got spark. Pretty sure we got spark. I heard the, you know, I was turning over before. I heard the spark plug, you know, you can hear it, you know, arcing. All right, let's see if we got spark. Just to double make sure. Oh yeah, we got plenty of spark. Ah, got my ass. Whew. Now I guess we need to figure out the timing, which I assume is probably right here. This is probably the crankshaft sensor. I have to look this up. And I'm sure I can take this off. This will be the crank. You know, turn the crank over, turn the engine over. And then we'll have to see what the timing marks are on the cams. Also, I wanted to note this beauty right here. We're missing the clip. So they got this random piece of saw blade of something, and they got this in there. So, God bless them. Okay, so I did find one mark on here. Let's see if I can show you. It's kind of difficult to do this here. Let's see. You can see that line. Now that's the only mark I saw in there, so I'm just going to assume we line that up in the middle. And then I haven't even gone over here yet. Let's see what we got on this side here. Yeah, I see. Matter of fact, it looks like we might be 180 out right now, so when you turn it back over, you can see those lines on the camshaft gear right underneath that left white paint mark, and on the right you can see it right there. See those? Now I assume that has to be lined up with the head, so let me crank it over one more revolution and we'll see if those line up with the head perfectly. So yes, those marks are lining up with the head, nice and flat, nice and straight. Now the question is, let's see, yeah, we got, I don't know, it's definitely common from what I see, just a quick easy search on the internet, the rods go bad on these things, which actually the rods are replaceable on this like a car, so you don't have to have the crankshaft rebuilt from what I can see, as long as hopefully there's no damage to the crankshaft. That's assuming our top end's still good, which we had 120 psi of compression, and we also have this decompression mechanism, which tells me our top end might be good, but that's very unlikely as far as damage has probably occurred from the rod. Who knows? So I guess we'll see. I really don't want to tear this damn thing apart and make a mess because I got all these other machines apart, but we do need to get this thing apart so we can see what it needs so we can order it. I want to double check one other thing. I want to put like a straw or a zip tie down the crankshaft or the piston hole, not the piston hole, the spark plug hole, and double make sure that this is actually top dead center. All right, I went ahead and took the liberty and got a handful of things unhooked. I got the intake unhooked, I got the throttle body unhooked, took the injector out, took that stupid hose out. So hopefully we can just sneak the coolant hose like that. Took the exhaust off, that was kind of a pain in my butt. But now I'm looking at, we got to start taking some other stuff off. There's a motor mount right here, which that bolt's got to come out, which in order to get that bolt out, it looks like you got to take the coil out, which I will note is a Bosch. It says Bosch, but then it says made in China. So, hey, I don't know. So then that top end mounts right there. Those two big bolts, those got to come out. And then I need to drain the coolant. Take the timing chain tensioner off, take the timing gear off, bang bang boom, take some head bolts out. I think from my researches, this is like half of a Can-Am 800, basically the copy, which this whole entire, which the rest of the system looks a lot like a Yamaha setup, just how they have the water pump down here, the shifter up here. This situation, Yamaha does have like a spin-on filter, so that is a little different. I guess let's start taking the coolant out. I already got some damn coolant on the ground. So there is a drain bolt, probably this one right here, still 8mm, but the problem is the fender well's in the way, and I don't want to take that off. So what we are going to take off is this lower coolant hose with this Phillips head screw, worm clamp, and that should be that. Hopefully we can wiggle it off. All right, it's tight quarters, so I think we're gonna take this off. Come on now. Okay. There's the cam gear bolt. Came right out. Get this timing chain tensioner out. Come on. Now there are some little 8mm bolts here, 8mm head ones. All right, there's that one. And that one. These are some long boys right there. Don't you dare lose those. Now I am gonna be upset if we get this thing apart and there's no apparent problem, because then I will not have done my job right. Can't get in there with the damn impact, so we gotta do it the old-fashioned way here. Four bolts. Now, it looks like this thing should just pop off. Pop off. Oh, yeah. So we'll make sure there's no bolts over here. Nope, I don't see any. All right, let's see, under the head here, there's quite a bit of carbon, so maybe the rings were, you know, leaking. I don't know if you saw that. There was a arrow right there. There still kind of is. It's probably from the arrow on top of the, yeah, right there on top of the piston. It's pretty interesting. Now, this is the moment of truth. If taking this apart was a mistake and I didn't diagnose things too well. Okay. There's that. Oh yeah, you can see the crank is shot. Let me get you a different angle. All right, let's see what we can see here. So, see that up and down play? It's kind of hard to, side to side is normal, but you can hear it probably more than you can see it. So yeah, those rod bearings are toast, which is interesting that they go bad on these like that, because you can see there's a little oil squirter in there and everything for the wrist pin. And it must be just a metal thing, you know, bad parts. But it does have the split connecting rod design. So we might be able to get lucky and tear it apart and just only have to replace the connecting rod, and hopefully maybe there's no damage to the actual crankshaft. It's hard to say, but I'm gonna leave that right there for this video, because I don't want to screw with this damn thing anymore. I gotta get these machines out of my hair, and I need to clean up a little bit. So anyways, we'll do another video on the CF Moto. Matter of fact, I really have enough parts that have come in at this point to do the DS80 and see if it's going to fire. But we're not going to do it in this video, so you're going to have to subscribe. I have the parts. The video will come, I promise. And I think we're going to get the $99 dirt bike running. And I don't know if I said this earlier, but you know, this thing was leaking really bad. And so I was trying to find the leak, clean everything up, put oil in here. Didn't leak at all. And actually, I think we just may have seen it drip. And it didn't leak for like freaking a week, and all of a sudden it had this, you know, leak down and around and down the tire, down this swing arm here, down this brake rod rather. So we got to figure out what's leaking here on the oil tank. And I want to get the oil injection working on this thing because I want to use this as a pit bike because it's not going to be worth anything fixed up. So if I can use this as a little pit bike, and you know, I want to be able to put straight gas in it all the time. So hopefully we can find, figure out how to get the oil pump working because I don't think it is right now. Now, moving on to the other machine that we picked up, and that's this 04 CRF 250R. And I paid $500 for this thing. If you see here, we got Tusk wheels on it. So those, I'm going to put the Rocky Mountain Link. I think these are probably $500 wheels for both. Plus, you know, you got the tires on there. I think I may have seen sold on eBay for almost $500 shipped. Carburetor, of course, it's the OEM Keihin carburetor. This one's obviously dirty, but that's probably $250. We got some ASV levers. Of course, you know, they're used, but we could probably sell those for $100. People be doing some crazy stuff. But this thing has an hour meter on it. How many hours did it have before it blew? Damn, brother, 127 on the old CRF 250R before she let go. The engine, the head's good, so that's awesome. The exhaust is in the trailer. I guess I'll go show y'all. All right, so that head, $250. All these little parts, I bet you they'll all accumulate $300. Now these cases, I might be able to save. They are a little boogered up. Let's see, which way did they take this? Yeah, they took it apart this way. Well, anyways, the cases are a little boogered up where the crank is right there, but now that I have that surfacing stone, I might be able to clean it up. And I bet you I could probably, if I can clean it up, I can sell those cases for $250. Yeah, this thing is another bad rod. Hot Rod's crank, I think. No, Pro X. So the cylinder was even good, but that exhaust, probably people are paying big bucks for aftermarket used exhaust, you know, $200. So probably $100 to $200 on the subframe. I don't have to look those up, but I'm definitely gonna make my money back on the Honda CRF 250. And I've had the trailer for sale. I bought this originally for me because mine got stolen a couple months ago. But mine was kind of a unicorn. It was a single axle, 6x14 with a V-nose, and so it was like 16 feet the whole way. And it was awesome because you could get two four-wheelers in it back to back. And I had all kinds of tools in it for fixing up houses. And it was single axle. You could go through the drive-through. So anyways, when I bought this thing, the dude was like, hey, you should try and sell it and flip it and make some money and come buy another one. I was like, all right, good idea. But I just had a bunch of lowball assholes message me. Actually, I had this one dude, last name Trump, want to come look at it. I said, all right, you can come look at it, but do you have cash? Oh, no, I don't have cash, but I was going to go to the bank. I want to make sure I like the trailer first. Like, bro, this is a brand new trailer. You either need a trailer this size or you don't. Like, it's not a used one. There's nothing to inspect. It's brand new, you know. So, all right, so that's going to be, oh my gosh, my shop looks crazy. All right, so that's going to be the end of this video. I have all the parts for this one. Hopefully we can get this one running. And the $100 worth of parts I spent, if we can't get it running, probably just going to part this thing out. And, we already got parts rolling in for the CRF 70 here. I don't know, chain and sprockets, maybe drums and shoes, sprockets, and carburetor kit. Waiting on a couple other things. Gonna do a little graphics kit on these, flat fenders. Fenders are $45 for this thing, and it's just not in the budget. I think I spent $25 on some super cheap China graphics. So that's the way we're going on this thing. Gonna do the video on this one as well. So make sure you subscribe. We got way too many projects. I gotta finish that one. I gotta redo my work on here. I rebuilt this YFZ 450 and the head gasket blew within the first 3 hours of the engine running. We got this, we got that, we got this, we got that, we got those. And eventually I need to get this 400EX out of the corner because it is missing 4th gear. It's got a 2nd neutral in the 4th gear position. All right, so make sure you subscribe. If you like cool projects like these and fixing up junkers that maybe no one else would, I appreciate you watching to the end here, and hopefully we can make some money. I think I'm definitely making money on that one. That one maybe not, but anyways, make sure you subscribe.
Real Jesse